What's going on, guys? Welcome to another live session with your boy Franklin. Okay, if you're watching these as a playback, um, thank you for stopping by. If you like what I'm about, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to look around my videos and join the conversation in the comment section below. Hey, hey. You and David. Alunga. How's my cold? The cold's gone. Don't worry about it, man. I'm always running to comment first. Nice one, you and Thanks for the support, man. 24/7. Pablo. Hey, Pricey. Ngozi. Give us a thumb up. So if this is your first time, thank you for stopping by. Like I said, I appreciate the support. So I'm going to talk quickly. This one here is story time, okay? If you're watching, if you're not used to my live stream or this is your first time, you can always send me an email via foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Look in the description below for my email address. Send me your stories, and I'd love to hear them and hopefully convert them to an interesting video that we can all learn from, right? All right. Forgive the bushy face. Because I had some people came on here yesterday, talking about my looks and stuff, man. The barbers are on social distancing. Everyone is, isolating in their homes. Barbershops are shut. So unfortunately, I'm starting to look like a caveman. But anyway, today's, topic is basically about an email that I got from a gentleman who is one of my viewers, and then he's been on my neck saying, Franklin, I'd like you to, make a video out of my story. So I'll crack on with it. About 3 years ago, he basically committed about 60,000 US dollars into the hands of his family members. Who there's about 60 people online. Hit the thumb up button. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. So he basically committed about 60,000 US dollars into the hands of his family members, right? And he, according to him, it was oh, thank you, Pablo. Thank you, man. So according to him, he had a building project. He had bought a piece of land one of the times when he traveled home, and his mom, older brother, and a younger brother were involved in the building project. So, and then at the same time, he had another project running concurrently, which was to run a business, something to do with dry foods with one of his other siblings. I was hoping to sort of build like a little manufacturing space, and then he can start exporting them overseas. And of course, there's a lot of benefits from the foreign exchange and make money and stuff. That's like a really good business. So he had two things running concurrently: a building project, and then the land. Sorry, the other. Thank you, Katina Prevost. Thank you. So as I was saying, the gentleman rooted a sizable amount of money, committed the money into the hands of his the older brother, who's the firstborn of the family, and then he expected them to carry on building and and stuff. He had a building plan. He was in the States, and the other sibling gave them X amount of money. They were meant to start building, the manufacturing place for dry foods, and some of them was like to do with dry prawns and things like that and stuff. So the long and short was these brother then found out that I think along the line there was a bit of argument about. First of all, he realized that from the WhatsApp pictures and emails he was getting from them, that from the foundation upwards, the design of the building was totally different from his architectural design. And then arguments sort of, came up back and forth. So he challenged his siblings and stuff like, what are you doing? Like, this doesn't correspond with. And then suddenly he soon realized that he was ostracized from his own project, because then the older brother basically said, the project has to go on and stuff. He decided to change the course of the project and stuff and what. So you can bear in mind this guy is miles away in the United States. They're based in Nigeria. And then a lot of calling his brothers and stuff. They were not picking his calls and stuff. And I think beforehand, this guy, Shadrach, thank you. So this guy had well in advance, committed a sizable amount of money, which ran into a few millions of naira, into the hands of his siblings. So the long and short was, he got frustrated. There was a plethora of arguments over the phone. He was in distress. He was arguing. So he said, his wife then sat him down and said, listen, man, don't end up having a heart attack and killing yourself. You already have your suspicions. There's something going on. Why don't you make an unannounced, visit to Nigeria? Jump on the plane, show up unannounced, and you will be able to hopefully find out the A to Z of things, and you will be able to then, call them out and hopefully resolve things. So he jumped on the plane, traveled all the way from the United States to Nigeria, and lo and behold, the frauds and the whole nastiness was uncovered. So this guy found out that the images of the ongoing projects that didn't align with his own architectural design that were being sent over to him, basically his own piece of land that he bought, he soon realized that they were not doing anything. They didn't buy any piece of block, they didn't buy any cement, they didn't buy any gravel. There was nothing being done on his land. So they've been sending him pictures from someone else's project that he had nothing to do with. So, and then to the other project, which was for the other sibling to build a little makeshift, factory where they can start generating dried foods and then for them to cargo abroad and start selling. The piece of land was there. Nothing was bought. Nothing was done. So the total loss, according to this gentleman's email, was approximately about 60,000 US dollars, which is a huge amount of money. Those family members, they deserve excessive amount of bullets in their skulls. I'm not advocating for violence, but boy, oh boy, it's life shattering. It's just life and soul shattering. So now watch this, right? All hell broke loose, chaos. He lost his rag, which is understandable, right? Got in a fight, a massive argument, a massive family palaver, and all that. And he then pulled strings and got his older brother arrested, right, by the local police. I love Nigerian police. You're gonna love this bit. Nigerian police, I love them. So he got his older brother arrested because he was sitting at the pinnacle of the fraud, right? And then whilst he was still bumbling around like a bee looking for what else to do to his brother, and so that he can hopefully, get some of his money and all that stuff, 4 days later, after his brother's arrest, he soon realized that somebody tipped him off and said, "Dude, the police have actually released your brother." What? So he lost his cool, and he's already paid some money to the police and all. There's 122 people online. Give us the thumb up. Come on, man. Come on. There's 122 of you online. I can see you. Hit the thumb up. Okay? I'm having a quick break. I'm trying to type something. Let's see. Oh, gosh. 1 second. I'm trying to type something. Control V. Oh, gosh. I can't. Let me see. I'm just trying to see. Let's see if that works. Yeah, you can see me. All right, cool. I've always wanted to do that on my own live feed and type something. Anyways, as I was saying, so he realized that the police had released his older brother, right? And then they've taken money from him and all that stuff. And then he got a phone call from the police, this Nigerian police, right? They suddenly said he needs to come to the police station. There's an allegation of he threw he threw an axe at someone's car, and he was trying to kill someone and all that stuff. That's all distraction. So he was like, "What? I didn't throw axe at anyone and stuff." So anyway, he spoke to one of his friends who live in Nigeria locally, and the friend said, "You go lay your head somewhere." The friend spoke to a lawyer for him, and then the lawyers got in touch with the police. Now watch this. They were able to uncover the fact that his mother was the one that went in the back end and paid off the police to get his older brother released. Do you get what I'm saying? So the mother got the older brother released and instructed the police to invite him in and to get him arrested. Do you get what I'm saying? To get him arrested and confiscate his American passport so that they prevent him from traveling back to the state. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. So at the pinnacle of affairs of this old fraud was not just his older brother, was his mother. So in a desperate bid to cover the tracks, she was prepared to take him out. Do you see what I'm saying? So they had to sit this guy down and say, "Dude, calm down." So he called his wife in America because he's got two young kids, and you can imagine emotions flying. The wife was shouting, "Get on the plane! I don't want you dead." Blah 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 blah. So he had to jump on the plane. He ran back to the States. He abandoned everything, and I mean every single thing. He abandoned everything. He's in debt. He's lost a lot of money and all that. And then now it's become apparent there was a threat to his existence. So it was very smart to have removed himself from from that environment. So this was approximately 3 years ago, and the guy said he had changed his phone number. He's moved on. He cut everybody off. And then, lo and behold, he opens his mobile phone, WhatsApp on his phone a few days ago, and then, ta-da, sees a message from his brother and his mother. They have the audacity to be asking him for financial support due to the ongoing global pandemic. And this guy said to me in his email that he nearly passed out because he thought this has got to be the biggest wind-up in history. So they pretended like nothing had happened 3 years ago. And then I don't know how they managed to get his new number. And then they are asking him for financial support. So, that's, if you look at my thumbnail, that's why I put it at the top on the thumbnail, saying the nerve, the audacity of those people. But you know what? I've heard a lot more crazy stories, man. A lot more crazier and a lot crazier stories floating around. So the long and short is just I always say this is one of my favorite topics for obvious and personal reasons. Protect your resources, man. I've said it before, but sentimental people sometimes do not understand me. The fact that you shared the same womb with people that you call siblings sometimes don't mean shit. The fact that somebody gave birth to you sometimes don't mean shit. Because the mistake we keep making is, before you give them any of the special titles, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, never forget that they are first of all humans. They got blood running through their veins, just like you. They're humans. And humans are capable of doing just about anything. So sometimes, and I get it, maybe because we are emotionally attached, DNA wise, we are connected and stuff. We place people on pedestals, and you manage to convince yourself that, oh, no, 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 no. Like that's some Pablo Escobar level of criminality. If your mother can get out of her way to orchestrate with corrupt police officers in a desperate bid to take you out just because they want to cover their tracks. They have blatantly fleeced you of over 60,000 US dollars. They've left this gentleman in debt. They don't care. And because they know he's on ground, he wants to fight back. And she colluded with them, get him arrested, get him banged up, confiscate his American passport, and make sure that he doesn't get on the flight back to the States. Bro, that's a death trap. I recently got screwed by my older brother, and this is the second time around he has screwed me. I'm so pissed. Do away with that older brother, man. Gonna die from Bushiwai. Do away with that older brother. Believe me, man. If you hold on to sentiments and you keep saying, my brother, my brother, my brother, that brother's gonna get you killed. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't confiscate what you can't find. Nigerian police will find it all. If you get kidnapped, yeah, if your existence in the next few minutes is hanging on where is your passport, you will point in the direction of your passport. I hope you don't find yourself in that dangerous situation, man. This is what I'm saying to you people, that, especially those of us that live abroad. You're grafting, you're breaking your back 24/7. You're grinding, you go through hell, discrimination, all sorts of daily microaggression. You are in debt. You're neck deep in debt. You do everything to educate yourself, to keep roof over your head. You take all sorts of crap, and then you want to apply sentiments. And do you know what's even deadly for a lot of people? Say you travel abroad, when you were a lot younger. I've heard stories where people work for many years to save money, right? One bad decision of committing money into the hands of unscrupulous family members, game over. It's game bloody over. So maybe you are in your early 50s, you're your mid 50s, you're not as young as you used to be. And you probably don't even stand a chance of rebuilding or recovering from the loss. I've seen it. I've heard numerous stories. People that have lost millions, people that have built homes, properties on stolen lands, and it's their family, their siblings, their own children that conspired, right? And then the court makes an order against them saying, oh, the land belongs to Mr. XYZ. You have to return the land. And then you lose your investments, or you buy into businesses whereby people connive against you, they fleece you, and people never get the chance to recover. And you know what's even worse? some of these monies that we're talking about, some people go into banks, they take loans. Some people, it might even be a joint investment. Like, I have an idea and I convince my wife, hey, give me X amount of money from your savings. Let me do this. And then your partner trusts you enough. This can even break your marriage. The ripple effect is unbelievable. Because think about it. If your family fleece you of $60,000 and $20,000 of the $60,000 belongs to your wife, you're not just going to look at your wife and say, hey man, you know that $20,000, it's gone. Yeah, my family member stole it, so yeah, because I lost 40K as well. So let's forget about it and carry on as normal. If that woman loses her shit and say, yo, I bust my backside to save that 20 racks, I need my money, that might potentially break your marriage. So do you think that woman is a bad woman for wanting a 20,000 pounds, dollars or pounds? So what I'm effectively saying is some of these decisions we make out of sentiments are extremely deadly. Africans, we are very, very sentimental, man. Unbelievably sentimental. And this is why you take an African, you take a cup, you put sentiments, you now add religiosity, game over. The Bible says, will you keep quiet? Protect your funds, is all I'm saying. My mother treated me like a pension fund for a while. After I said enough is enough, she threatened to disown me. So I had to block her on WhatsApp. Mama, that's it off. Oh, snap. Uh, you know, that that's one of my favorite lines. I wish oh my God, let me choose my words carefully, man. I wish a parent would look at me and say, uh, Franklin, sir, I'm going to disown you because I'm gonna be like, yo, dad, sit down. Disown me, you didn't like me. Sorry, where's the form? Let me complete the form and sign and date the form. Would you like me to help you send off the form to the department that will process Maturia photo? Are you joking? Oh my God. Oh. It's called emotional blackmail. It's called emotional blackmail. You know. Oh, you want to disown me because you're not having your way. Nah. This is why I say to people, man, just I've heard too many stories. And ever so often I would always bring similar stories. The reason I bring let me tell you now, the reason I bring these stories is I know over time, this is how YouTube works. Some of you might not have seen my previous videos where I've talked about similar stories. Some of you are probably watching me. You've only started watching me not too long ago. So you're not aware of my older videos, right? This is to educate ourselves, okay? And let me put it out there because of some simple-minded people. I am not sat here saying, oh, abandon your dad, abandon your mom, turn your backs on your siblings. That's not what I'm sat here disseminating. All I'm saying is go into the core part of the white meat in your head. Use your brain. Don't be directed by emotions and sentiments. They will nail you to the cross and they will sleep comfortably at night. Did you hear what I said? This brother is a human being like you and I that sent me this email. These are people's reality. He's lived in the States for so many. Do you know the meaning of $60,000? You cannot pick $60,000 from the pavement. There are people in their 50s as we speak that cannot boast of $60,000 in their savings. There are people in their 70s as I speak, no disrespect to them, that they can't even boast of $10,000 in savings. There are people that have more than that, right? But what I'm effectively saying is, if you're stupid enough to allow unscrupulous people take advantage of you, you will watch it play before your eyes. You know, people are very evil. I wish I wish a parent would threaten me with wanting to disown me. I'll actually pay for a fast track application process. Sorry, where do I sign, please? Can we expedite this process? Can we make it happen very quickly, please, within 48 hours? Mo fẹ́ sign, pa. Oh, you want to disown me, Franco Nero? You know, fẹ́ kọ́ mi lọ́mọ ni màá tún dá gbádà bolè. Are you joking? Oh, fẹ́ kọ́ mi lọ́mọ èmi ọmọ tá. Uh, if you don't give me that money, I'm gonna disown you. Is that right? Oh my goodness me, man. Yes, sir. 60,000 US dollars. Bruv, I'm telling you, man, not too long ago, this before this pandemic thing, rolled out, I remember bumping into a gentleman that said he lost his daughter to a ghastly accident here in the UK. And for that reason, he was in a sunken place emotionally. He couldn't travel. So he had committed to some projects back home. So he asked his younger brother to help him handle some things because he was in a bad place. His daughter had just died. The long and short, by the time the gentleman realized, connected the dots, the brother had fleeced him quietly of about 12 million naira. And when this man flew to Nigeria, they were making death threats. They were so what? They didn't give a rat's backside if he had lost a daughter, if he worked for this money, yo. Oh, yeah. You're right. What's very common within, our community, they will say somebody like me, yeah, some would call somebody like me, I'm a coconut. Because I know they would say akata. They would say, "Oh, I'm lost. I'm kind of lost in the sea of the white man's ways," which is absolute nonsense. I'm very logical. You see, the moment you don't conform to people's ways and how they would like you to do things. They conveniently come up with this nonsense and try to label you as, oh, you're a coconut, blah blah blah. I'd rather be a coconut to protect my money. Are you joking? Coconuts go agbalumo. Franklin agbalumo. Agbalumo ewe kuru. Are you? Some of you might be watching this. I don't know who is watching. Like, especially those parents are like, like back home in a native language. Èpè ló jẹ bí ìbá ń sọyọ méjì ló mú. Ń ṣe pé fún ọ. Sọ pé ó ní send the pan stylist. Will you keep quiet? I got my. Àfi bí ìbá ń sọ ọyàn yìí ló mú. Bí ìbá ń sọ yún ìpín wọn fi gbé ẹ fún sí mẹ́sàn-án. Ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ṣe. Alágbárí ọ̀rẹ́ gbowó. Hey yo. You say, wait for like I grew up in times when you hear things like be a say, I'll say, Kenny, will you keep quiet? You disown me because I'm not allowing you to fleece me. Jane, forgive me. I spoke briefly my mother tongue in Yoruba language. I do apologize. Bí bá ń sọmú yìí. Sorry, frankly, bí bá ń sọmú yìí ló mú kékeré. Èpè lọ́gbà. Holy moly. Well, yeah. So, omu yẹn kékeré, omu means breast, right? For those of you watching, yeah, I did. So basically, what that means in the local languages, they use that as a pointer, like there's some spiritual things, around TDs. So, famu isekpe fún famu isekpe fún mi torí orí mi jà lólè. Man, come on, man. I warned my father seriously the other day. He made a statement of trying to compare me to other people abroad who has built mansion. I warned him seriously. It's emotional blackmail. It's emotional blackmail. You get what I'm saying? It's emotional blackmail. If you can't sit down with your daughter or your son, if a parent that truly loves you, right? It's okay for a parent to be genuinely concerned about maybe how you are, how things are for you. So when they sit down with you, they can have conversation with you to discuss genuinely about your progress. Do you need help? Do you need support? What are you doing in terms of moving forward in life and stuff? But to start making comparisons with, oh, such and such, the Joneses down the road, their daughter or their son has built a mansion. Do you know if the geezer down the road is a fraudster? These are people that are very self-centered. They don't care about your welfare. They only care about the Benjamins that they can get from you. Point blank simple. They're not bothered about exactly bothered about your welfare or what plans have you got. Oh, dad, I'm trying to learn SQL so that I can get a programming job, so that I can do this. They don't have time for that, man. It's only logical parents that are interested, that are genuinely compassionate. But those very greedy parents, they don't care if you get involved with Pablo Escobar tonight. As long as Pablo Escobar pays you £100,000 or dollars tomorrow morning, and you pick up the phone and say, Dad, here is $5,000 for you. Go and do whatever the bloody hell you want to do with it. That's all they're interested in. They're not prepared to think about, how's your wife doing? How are your children doing? They don't care. They don't care, man. This is why I say to people, man, look, that's, if you've just joined, the live feed, and don't worry about it, man. Just, after this goes live, just make sure you can always play back and, go through the content and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's always about money. It's always about what they can get from you. They are not bothered. Nah. As well, that's me done. That's me done. We're 34 and 35 minutes in. We need to teach our kids. I'm gonna say it once again. If you're a professional in my feed and stuff, you want to talk about finance, you want to talk about business and stuff, I want to feature you on Instagram Live or YouTube Live. Push me an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. All right. I really appreciate you people. Listen, thank you for those donations. If you want to support my channel, please look. Do you know why do I keep getting emails, Franklin? How do I support your channel? But then when I tell you, I don't see anything. You disappear. Look in the description below. There's a link to my PayPal. and then you can support. Yeah, Tifa, I can talk about online personal branding. Please send me an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Okay? What? Send me your stories, send me your proposals. Let's discuss. I want to bring some of you people on the channel so we can have a completely different perspective and angle to content creation and engage other people, man. Please. Bro, Adesanya Ayeni, I seen your email. I'll get back to you tonight. I promise. I saw your email. I've read it. I'll get back to you tonight, okay? Protect your assets, okay? Protect your assets is all I'm saying. Yes, bro. So that's me done. Thank you for what. Hey, man, 260 people. Hit the thumb up button, please. Hit the thumb up. Pablo's Kitchen, my brother. God bless. Hit the thumb up. Give us the thumb up. Yes. The numbers are going up now. See, when you give us the like and the thumb up, foodchannel1960@gmail.com. You can look in the description below. You see my email address, okay? All right, thank you.